quick death, you bastard! All right. Have it your way, bastard. Come here. Ka! Ka! Quick! Whoa!
Hear what I say about the greatest evil of all. The one called woman. A sight of angels on the outside. Gentle. Well, a jug of water. Thanks.
Good day to you.
Show me your wares. I'd like to discuss the price.
Well, I suppose we can try. Finally, a reasonable sum. Thank you, sir, and come again.
Hele teď sem pilota šotky se.
Cieszeni boj!
What can I do for you?
Show me your wares.
I was glad to be of help to you, good sir. What will it be?
Show me your wares.
What can you do, sir? Maybe next time.
But I've had nothing but bad fucking luck for months now.
Greetings. What would you like?
What's a priest doing in a military camp?
Whatever he can, my son. Whatever he can.
Do you serve mass like other priests?
I serve Mass and give blessings just like my brothers in churches and parishes. I can also officiate at marriages and administer last rites. I reckon you can guess which is more common here.
Do you care for the wounded? Priests and monks do that sometimes, don't they?
Nothing like that. We have blacksmiths and bathmaids for that here. And if something happens to the nobles, we have good surgeons. And then there's that learned foreigner. Bah!
Does something seem strange about him to you?
That foreigner may understand medicine, but he worships a foreign god. He prays to him on the ground several times a day. He doesn't drink ale, only rarely eats meat, yet he can't keep his eyes off our women.
Who's the foreigner?
His name is Musa, and he says he comes ex-Africa. You can't miss him. He's as different from us as a man can be.
Do you take part in the fighting?
Vivere militare est. But no, I'm a chaplain, not a warrior. But no matter if you're a beggar or a lord, there's no way to escape the horrors. And in a place like this, it's easy for people to forget about God, or at least start to doubt.
Do you serve King Sigismund directly?
I serve our Lord, but the king sometimes calls on me for confession.
What could the king possibly have to confess?
You don't actually expect me to tell you that, do you? That's between me, the king, et Domine Noster. God be with you.
Lord be with you. What do you need?
I'm supposed to report to you about supplies.
Finally! They sent me someone who isn't wet behind the ears and doesn't have straw sticking out of his boots.
What's this about then?
I need to requisition supplies for the camp from the locals. Grub for us, fodder for the horses.
Where do you want to get the supplies?
We haven't been to Bohuniovitz in a while. I reckon they can't wait to see us.
Who's coming along?
Me, and they usually send some Cumans along because people are afraid of them.
That's not much.
And that's why you're coming with me. But don't worry, I already sent a couple of blokes ahead to get everything ready. I reckon they can handle a few peasants.
Won't the people resist?
They will, but fuck all good it'll do them. We'll chase them out of their houses, bring in the cart, and take whatever we can.
And what if something goes wrong?
That'll only happen if we take our eyes off them. Then there might be bloodshed, but usually not ours.
I don't need to hear any more. Let's head out.
Which one of us is in charge here? But you're right. Let's get going. Mount up!
Here we are, youngster.
Hoi charter Kierket! Mindenket!
Kifelé! Mozogsz, te nyomorult! Te is! Kifelé!
Come on! We don't have all day for this! Ne pozorojando così dödaz kivas on parastal! Shut the fuck up over there!
Fucking peasants. This requisitioning's a pain in the arse. Well then, old star. Have you got the supplies for the king, like we agreed? Hmm?
We prepared what we could.
Where did the men I sent in advance run off to? I just hope they're sleeping off the hangover from your friendly welcome.
Your men? Nobody was here.
God fucking damn it! Can't even rely on forward patrols anymore. If I catch them, they'll hang. Kurva! What about the food for us? Flour, cabbage, meat, cheese, eggs. Like last time.
We've got everything, just not as much as last time. We gave what we could, but we're living hand to mouth as is.
Then you better pray it's enough. The lad here will check it and load it onto the wagon. Got it?
Shouldn't we leave them something?
Why the fuck would we do that?
Nobody at the camp will notice a sack or two missing.
Though I'm sure you'll notice when I let you starve. Now come off it.
All right then. Where should I start?
The men will help you out.
None of that. I said the lad would do it. Tell your people to stay where they are so I can see them. We don't want anyone to get hurt, do we?
We definitely don't.
Tell him where to go so we got this over with.
Everyone is standing in front of their cottages. The biggest house in the village belongs to Fowl. Next to him lives Old Man Willow. And across from Willow, above the stream, is Smill's house. And mine is above that. I'll go there with you myself.
You'll stay right here.
Ask my daughter, Sofka. She'll show you where the supplies are prepared.
And what about that fifth house?
Nobody has lived there for years. The whole family died of the plague.
Fine. Now enough talk, peasant. Let's get to it. I want to be finished by nightfall. And you, lad, wait a mo.
What?
Come closer, so I don't have to yell. Now listen close, and remember what I say. First of all, I don't want to see you showing pity for those yokels. And second, I'm bloody well sure these peasant rats hid something somewhere.
Why would they risk it?
Oh, come on. I'd do exactly the same. Nobody wants to go hungry. Don't believe a word those stinking bastards say, and look through those houses of theirs from top to bottom to make sure they don't have something tucked away.
What if they're not lying and they really have nothing left to eat?
These peasants are used to being hungry, now come off it! They can be glad we're doing this the easy way, for now. If there's not enough food, they'll have me to answer to. So, food on the cart, all valuables and silver straight to me.
You're supposed to tell me where I can find the supplies for the king.
Where do you think? Right behind the door in the cottage. Everything's ready underneath the window. Don't worry, Ma. Pa will take care of us. It's just, I always worry about you. What do you think? Just look. They look like hungry wolves. What if they hurt you? Quiet, Mama. Let them out. Don't worry. It will turn out well. Don't worry, Ma. Pa will take care of us. Nothing will happen to Pa. Nothing will happen to Pa.
That still isn't enough.
What do you think could happen to him? Just look at them. They look like... hungry wolves.
I hope it's enough for you.
This isn't enough for us.
Do this, what's does it?
I'm here for the supplies.
When you pass through the gate to the yard, you'll see them on your right.
I hope so.
Better again.
Takaroid.
It'll only make them angry.
Supplies.
Takaroid.
Not much here.
Well, that's that.
Well, where are your supplies for the king?
Right behind the door, leaning against the wall. Everything's ready to go. Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
Send them to our hayloft. We'll wait for them there.
Supplies, ready for the king.
Let me in, Suvka!
I won't get anything out of him in this state. Maybe I could do something to help him.
Don't worry, Suvka. Nothing will happen.
Let's take a look then. I reckon I won't be able to fix you up completely, but maybe at least enough to talk to you. I'll try to take your bandage off for a moment so I can take a look under it. I hope I'll be nimble enough. Now, careful. It's sticky with blood.
Ow!
Those are some deep wounds. From a sword. I can take a look at those wounds now. Your wound stinks. I reckon it's infected. It'll have to be cleaned before I dress it again. I'll have to clean the wounds, preferably with some strong spirits, and then re-bandage them. And it's gonna hurt, so I should find something for the pain before that. Let's get to it. First, I'll give you something for the pain. A decoction for the pain. This should make you feel better. Now I'll clean the wound, if I have something to do it with. That should be enough. Now I'll re-bandage your wound.
Ow!
And that's that. That'll have to do. Hopefully I'll get something meaningful out of him now. Hey! Wake up!
It hurts. What happened?
I was hoping you'd tell me. Who roughed you up like this?
Soldiers. I have to. Are you one of them?
Don't worry. I won't hurt you. I just treated you so you wouldn't die here. What soldiers are you talking about?
They came to take everything away from us. Like always. Sigismund's men. We were only defending ourselves.
What happened to you?
I tried to stop them. So they wouldn't take anything more from us. So they wouldn't come back. So we sent them away.
Where can I find these soldiers?
I don't know. There was a fight. There's a hayloft nearby. We sent them there. Oh. I should have listened to her.
Get some rest. I won't get anything more out of you now, anyway.
make it through this.
I'm collecting supplies for the king's men. Do you have them ready?
They're here, right next to the door to the cottage.
Very well.
Excuse me.
There's a little bit here. It won't be enough, though.
We'll just have to endure it.
This isn't enough for us.
Christ, pardon me.
Just as long as nothing bad happens to anyone.
Protect my son and the whole...
What happened to that injured fellow?
He's my son. He was attacked by a group of cutthroats when he was returning from Kuttenberg.
And are you sure you're not lying to me? Because if I find out you are, you'll regret it.
Kurva, if I tell you, you'd kill me anyway. And my son too.
We'll see about that. Now talk.
It was them 2 soldiers who came before you. Sofka, my son's sweetheart, caught their eye. They took her aside to... well, you know what soldiers do to girls. Vitek wanted to protect her. So him and a few lads attacked them with pitchforks. They killed them both. But Vitek came out of it worse for wear.
Where can I find that girl?
She's Binyek's daughter. She'll be standing in front of her house, like all the others.
What should I do with you now?
Don't tell anyone. Please. They'll kill us all.
That all depends on what you tell me in return. Tell me where you hid your supplies from us, and don't tell me you didn't.
God forgive me.
How about Smill, for instance? Did he hide anything?
He was recently boasting about some barrels of good beer. He said I should come over sometime.
And do you know where I'd find them?
I reckon in the cellar, right behind the cottage. He's got a fairly sturdy lock on it.
That's still not enough for me. Talk, or...
Just don't hurt me.
What can you tell me about that fowl from next door?
He's the only one in the village who has livestock. 2 lovely fattened cows.
Well now, where can I find them?
If the cows aren't in the byre, then he had to drive them somewhere where they wouldn't be found. He often walked them down to the stream to drink. To the right of the bridge.
Thanks. I'll take a look there. What else do you have for me? Spit it out.
I'll never forgive myself for this.
What did Binyek hide, and where? For sure he didn't give me everything either.
Do you know those plague graves beyond the village? Right behind the deserted cottage? At night, I saw Binyek burying something there. I'm sure he was hiding supplies there.
He hid food in a grave. I'll take a look there.
That really is everything. I don't know anything more.
All right then. At least you told me something. I'll leave you be for now.
What's going to happen to my son?
Have no fear. I'm not like those soldiers who came before.
God bless you.
About your son.
What about him?
I helped him. I redressed his wounds.
Thanks. Has he woken up yet? And did you speak to him?
He told me everything.
Oh, sweet mother of God. It wasn't his fault. They started everything. It was them 2 soldiers who came before you. Sofka, my son's sweetheart, caught their eye. They took her aside to... well, you know what soldiers do to girls. Vitek wanted to protect her. So him and a few lads attacked them with pitchforks. They killed them both. But Vitek came out of it worse for wear.
What should I do with you now?
Don't tell anyone. Please. They'll kill us all.
You know what? Forget about it. I don't want anything from you.
Thank you. God will repay you.
Bit longer without food, and I'll really start to be grumpy.
Just as long as nothing bad happens to anyone. Excuse me.
Boy! This isn't enough for us.
So this is where Fowl leads his cows, according to what Willow told me. The cattle went this way. Cow prints again. plague pits. This doesn't look like a corpse. I wonder what's inside. Hidden supplies. This'll be the cellar Willow was talking about. Beer. They'll be happy about this back at Sigismund's camp.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Are you Vitek's sweetheart?
I am. What do you want with him?
His father told me he saved you from the king's men when they tried to... you know.
That's true. I don't know what I would have done without him.
What exactly happened there?
These two soldiers came and told me to go with them to the hayloft. Otherwise they'd hurt me. So I went. And then, well, one of them grabbed me. So I couldn't even breathe. I was afraid they'd kill me. But then Vitek attacked them from behind. It was really brave of him.
You're saying he overpowered 2 trained soldiers by himself?
He wasn't alone. As soon as the fight broke out, my father and some other fellas from the village ran up.
Vitek's father told me a different story. He said they found him in that sorry state and carried him home. Stop lying to me, girl.
God help me, it wasn't my fault. I warned them it would end badly, but Vitek didn't listen to a word I said. He was awfully angry, just like everyone here. Then they came once again, after God knows how many times, to take supplies for their camp.
Slow down a little. Let's go over this one thing at a time. Who attacked first?
The fellas from the village. They were trying to lure the soldiers to the hayloft, saying they had the supplies there. But instead of the supplies, there were other men waiting there. And they pounced on the soldiers.
Did the soldiers do anything to you?
Not them two. No. But the other ones before them almost let us die of hunger. And these would have done the same.
What about Vitek's injury?
They did that to him after, in the fight.
Why did he do it?
Because we're desperate. We feed Sigismund's entire army and have nothing to eat ourselves. What can we live on?
Does this really resolve anything, though? Whose idea was it?
Vitek's. I tried to talk him out of it, and his father did too. But there was no getting through to him.
What did you do with the soldiers?
We buried them in the forest behind the village, just a short way away from the place where it happened.
I don't need to hear any more.
My God. What'll happen to us?
Now it's up to me if I tell anybody about it.
Come on now, Mother. That's not helping anything. I apologize.
Mutt! Here you go. Take it. Track.
Youngster, move your ass or you'll get naught to eat.
That's that.
Don't worry, girl. Don't worry.
I checked all the supplies they prepared for us.
And did you load everything onto the cart?
Aye. It's all loaded up.
Is that all you found?
There was some beer locked up in one of the cellars.
Lady Luck's on our side today, lad. That should shut those lads back at camp up, and we won't have to take so much food from the villagers. Anything else?
Yes. That's all.
That's not much at all. The lads back at camp won't be happy.
And this is all we'll get.
That's not good. I warned those clodhoppers in advance. You there, peasant! Hey, peasant, come here!
Are you satisfied?
I'm not. And do you know what happens if I'm not satisfied?
What are we supposed to do? We gave you all we had.
Then you're in luck, because you won't need anything ever again. Kill him, lad. And all the rest of these yokels too. It'll be a warning to others.
You can't do that. The king will hear of it.
Nobody will hear a word of it. What are you waiting for, lad? Take care of them!
I don't want anything to do with that.
You don't, eh? Do you think I give a shit what you want? That was an order, you whoreson! If you don't want to end up like them, you'd better obey it!
I won't let you hurt innocent people.
If you're so fond of this shithole village, then you'll share its fate.
Defend yourselves, folks! They want to kill us!
Now you're gonna die!
Stop the bleeding!
Greetings.
Sick!
Guards!
Lad, the Lord above must have sent you to us. What would have happened to us if you decided not to help us?
Well, I couldn't stand back and watch them slay all of you.
But now what? They'll definitely be looking for them soldiers if they don't come back.
Pull the cart away somewhere far from the village, so it looks like an ambush.
And will they believe it?
Why not? There's bandits in the woods attacking the supply runs all the time.
Why is it open?
Why is it open? I always close the door.
You look like you appreciate good wares when you see them. Would you care to buy something?
Why not? What are you selling?
Let's talk about the price.
I suppose we could give it a try. Finally, a reasonable sum. I'm glad you found... what you needed, sir.
Go! Go! Whoa! Whoa! Ka! Ka! Go! Go!
Good doggy. Good boy.
What is it, Mutt?
Lord be with you.
Greetings, knight. What brings you here?
I'm mourning. Can't you see?
Did someone die?
My hope. Not far from here, in Sedlets, is buried Sir Valentine. Have you heard of him?
Rings a bell. Isn't he the one who brought holy soil from Jerusalem to Sedlets?
Precisely. Almost 200 years ago, Valentine accompanied the abbot of Sedlets on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land. There, in the field of Akeldama, he took his sword and dug up a handful of dirt, which he brought here and scattered over the graveyard.
Yes. And that's why you're mourning?
My entire life, I wanted to visit Valentine's grave and see his famous sword. But now that I am here, I'm unable to go inside. I felt so humbled.
I'm truly sorry to hear that. Can I help you in some way?
I don't know, friend. Unless, what if you went to the graveyard instead of me? You could find Valentine's grave and bring the sword here.
What?
Just so I could look at it. Then you would put it back. I'd pay you well for it.
All right then. I'll do it. I'll help you. Where can I find Valentine's grave then?
It's somewhere in the church. But it's not so easy to get inside. I myself am not exactly certain where to look. Try to find Brother Morticius. I heard he's looking for help at the church. Maybe if you help him, he'll help you.
And then in turn, I'll help you.
Precisely. What is your name, friend?
Henry. And you are?
I will wait for you here, Henry. Thank you very much.
May God give you health, sir.
God be with you, brother. Are you taking care of this chapel?
Mortitius is my name, good friend. Though all that is shall one day end. Fame and fortune are but clay. Ad honore domine.
Ah. I see. I think.
Though my eyes are old and dim, and I live apart from the world of men, I serve a cause that's good and sound, and companions have I underground.
But slow down. I can't keep up. So, you are the blind keeper of the ossuary?
You speak the truth. And now I ask, if you would help me with one task, will you help me take care of those who sleep below in eternal repose?
You need my help with something?
Christian bones in the church lie scattered. Bringing order to them is a very grave matter. If the prior should see the disarray, he'll send me packing this very day. Then what shall I do, sightless and old? Left alone in this world dark and cold, roaming the earth with a beggar's cane? Help me, dear brother, in God's holy name.
Wait a moment. So, there are bones strewn about the chapel, and you want them tidied up?
Aye. 'Tis a job that some might find morbid, but fear not, good fellow. You'll be well rewarded.
Wait, am I supposed to touch the dead? No decent Christian should do that.
Fear not, it is no desecration. God shall bless this congregation. They shall find eternal slumber, all arranged in divine order.
What's in it for me, if I help you?
To help thy neighbour is a virtuous deed, and charity thy soul shall feed. But if your body hungers too, some groschen I shall give to you.
All right then. What am I supposed to do, exactly?
Arrange the bones in pyramids. Make them nicely stacked. Build one out of pristine skulls, the second out of cracked, the third then build from arms and legs, and here there's quite a lot. But bear in mind the commandment, thou shalt not, thou shalt curses. None of the commandments rhymes with that.
Commit murder thou shalt not?
A pretty rhyme, I must admit, although you're jesting just a bit. Enough discourse now. It grows late. The task before you cannot wait.
All right, so if I understand correctly, I'm supposed to put the bones in 3 piles. Pristine skulls in the first one, the cracked ones in the second, and the third pile I build from the limbs?
As you say, so must it be. And you shall have a reward from me. To find the bones you'll be needing, though, there are 3 places you must go. But don't forget what lies beneath, and descend to the hidden space. Many bones lie there in darkness, waiting for their rightful place.
I see. So I should gather the bones in the chapel and the crypt underneath, and make 3 pyramids out of them.
And should any bones remain, such as ribs and spines, sweep them up together into orderly confines.
What? I should sweep up the remaining bones too?
I better go before you think of more chores.
God be with you. What makes a hole a grave for the dead? What makes a grave a dreamless bed? What paints our bones so pale and white? Death's awful brush.
Perfectly
In
normal
endless
skull.
night,
It's just
what
lying
fills
here
people
staring.
with such terror
With its
of sleep that
empty eye
endures
sockets.
forever and ever, while the
Perfectly
living
normal skull. It's just lying here staring.
there finally
With its
released.
empty eye sockets.
Isn't it getting crowded in there?
A trapdoor. Seems it leads down into the bowels of the earth.
Doing God's work sure ain't easy. What's this? It looks like some really old reliquary. What a rare find.
Hey! Are you intact, my dear brother?
I nearly broke every bone in my body.
Ha ha! There's no better place to leave your bones, and that's a fact. But they'll serve you much better inside you and intact. The place you're in is black as night. I'll throw you a torch. Let there be light. Look for bones along your way, after all. In the end, you'll have some benefit from your fall.
What's this? This corpse must have been lying here for several decades, but it looks like he died yesterday. God, our Heavenly Father, have mercy.
This looks like the crypt for the monks. Wonder how long they've been lying here.
Damn it! That sword isn't here. Now what? I'll take another look around here. This must be Sir Valentine. And he has a sword. Maybe I could just forge one like it, since the real one is nowhere to be found.
good as done. Impressive, even if I say so myself.
Manta Marie. If I hadn't built it myself, it'd give me a scare. Just one.
Where did that blind madman get to? He was sitting here the whole time, and now he's just vanished. I should ask if anyone saw him. I'm looking for the keeper of the local chapel. His name's Morticius, a wispy fella. Speaks in verse. I did some work for him, but he disappeared just as he was about to pay me.
Youngster, you ought to sleep more and drink less. Otherwise, you'll come to a bad end.
What do you mean by that?
Morticius was the keeper of the ossuary, all right. Only he died before you was even born.
What? Morticius is dead?
As sure as there's a God in heaven.
But I spoke to him. He wouldn't stop babbling in verse.
For Christ's sake, old Morticius couldn't even read, let alone compose verses. Are you sure you weren't imagining it?
Very sure. I have to find him. He owes me for the work I did.
Go back to the ossuary, then. You'll find him lying in the crypt alongside the other dead monks. Wait, what did this fella want from you, anyway?
I had to tidy up all the bones in the chapel and arrange them into pyramids.
What? You fooled around in my chapel? May the Lord protect you if you've done any ungodly business in there. Come now, show me. What in God's name? You did all this by yourself?
Well, yes.
Well, friend, you're quite the worker. What a mess this place was. I still have to do a bit of work here, but I'll do that myself. I'll keep it like this. People from all over the land will come here just to see this.
Well, that's nice and all, but I don't suppose you'll pay me for it, will you?
You suppose correctly. A job well done should be a reward enough for you.
When we catch a fella cheating.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
What can I say? Prague is a whole different world. Are we going to have all again, please?
Did you bring anything back with you?
Empty pockets and a whole lot of gossip.
The big city. There's no place like it.
A large beer for me.
Where's that beer?
To a good harvest.
What was I thinking about?
Today's fortune.
So I went to see my brother, and to talk about the inheritance.
But your father's still alive, isn't he?
Aye, but he drools all over himself, and he gets this feeling that his time is nearly up.
Does he get it often?
Nearly all the time. And he's always threatening to leave everything to the church if I don't go and see him.
Aye. Once old folks start getting soft in the head, it's bad news.
Exactly. Let me tell you, I'd rather die poor but young than to go through that.
What are you poking around that door for, eh? Piss off!
I apologize.
Get out of here!
Trossers, sausage.
You're always welcome.
Good afternoon.
What do you have for sale? A word about the price.
Very well.
How's this?
Less. Aye, that sum will convince me. Happy to be of service, sir.
Muslin,
Good day to you.
What do you have for sale? like to do something about that price.
I suppose we could give it a try.
Do you accept?
We're nearly there. Just lower your price a bit more. You see? I knew we'd come to an agreement. I'm glad you found what you needed, sir.
Come and take a gander. We've got it all.
Bloody hell. I'm overheating it.
One more time, yeah.
Kurva. I'm burning it. About halfway done. It's almost finished. Fine. Now to temper it.
That's more like it. That should do it.
You know it, I'm sorry. It's half the town. That goes to Councilman Nard.
Where do you think you're going?
Didn't dirt used to come
It
to all
happens.
place a lot?
Just watch where you're going next time, I might suggest. How bad is it?
Quick! Quick! Whoa! Whoa! Quick! Quick! Ja! I was in the graveyard and I found Valentine, but there wasn't any sword there. However, I did find an engraving.
Slow down. What engraving?
On the lid of his grave. I thought that since I couldn't find the sword, I'd at least forge you a copy.
You forged a copy of Valentine's sword? Just based on a picture?
I know, it's not the original, but nothing better came to mind.
And are you certain the original looked like this?
Valentine himself could not tell the difference.
All right, Henry, thanks. I think we can stop this masquerade now, don't you? You're very good. I've long tried in vain to get into that grave. But I hope you know that I must kill you now. I can't risk you opening your mouth somewhere and letting slip that this sword is a fake.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you, really?
I sell relics, gems, and all kinds of other trinkets to collectors. Some real, some fake, like your sword. But almost all stolen.
I knew there was something odd about all this.
Of course you knew. So, what's it going to be? Will you die nice and quietly, or put up a fuss?
Are you serious?
Yes, and so what? Stop fucking laughing!
Take a good look at me. Let me tell you, friend, you're not the brightest in choosing your victims.
Hey, fellow, calm down. We can come to some agreement, right? I'll take the sword, pay you for the work, and we'll each go our own way. Here, take this. A relic of Saint Apollonia. The genuine artifact, trust me. Do you know how much you can get for it?
Fine then. Keep the sword and go.
You see, Henry, I knew right away you were a reasonable fellow.